Hey everyone, my name's Damien Darrick. This is Precision Airbrush YouTube channel, where we talk about airbrushing. I perform demos, all about airbrushing. If you like that, please subscribe. Before we get into today's video, I've just released a beginner's guide to airbrush care, basically a troubleshooting guide for airbrush. It's a free download. The links in the comments, in the description. Check it out if you ever have any trouble with airbrushing, which we all do. Okay, so today I've thought of a new series. It's called the Airbrush Support Series, and it came about from Darren. This is Darren's artwork. He's in the UK, I think. I saw he posted it on the Facebook group, and he posted it showing his frustrations that he was just going to give up. So I approached him and said, I could help you finish it off, don't throw it away. So he gave me permission to do that. Couple of message exchanges, and worked out that it's an A4 size. So I've just taken the photo he's uploaded, printed it to A4 size. Here's the reference that he also uploaded. The photo looked a little bit almost like it was sepia, so I think it was actually the lighting. So I'm assuming he was doing it black and white. So yeah, that's what I am going to help finish this off for him. So I hope that's helpful for Darren for sure, and anyone else who's watching. So Darren, I'm talking to you now. I approached you because I could see you had pretty good airbrush control. And there was just some obvious things that I knew would instantly sort of fix this. And I assume you were having some trouble around the cheek here. And I noticed that you've been using erasing technique. So you've been spraying the black on the white surface and erasing it away. That's not what I do. So this is why it's a great video for me to show you what to do from here on. So I'm going to be working on the cheek here, the darkness under this eye. Most of the shapes in that are all pretty good. So these are the things that really stood out. So I think I'll work on them first. Well, probably that's all I'll work on this video, just get you started, and you'll get an idea how to continue on with it. The only shape thing I saw was the hairline was lower. And if you look there, it actually goes up higher, and stuff like that, the silhouette actually really drastically changes. So sometimes you're looking and you just don't know what's wrong. And a simple thing like that, making it, because it's quite a bit higher, changes the whole shape of the face. So we're going to start on that. We're going to work on the cheek and that eye, and we'll just see how we go from there. First thing, you told me you did it on A4. I'm not sure if that was like if you had to or not. Make life easy for yourself, mate. Do it bigger. Obviously I'm doing A4 because that's what you got, but the bigger you work, the easier it is. All right, I'll pull the airbrush out and we'll get back into it. Okay, so my airbrush is ready. We're ready to go. I've got, people will ask, I want a HP series. It's the step below the micron, the HP line. It's the highest or the finest one that has siphon fed. Yeah, so answer those questions before they come. It's not really that important. It's definitely not as important as what I'm going to show you. So Darren, I said before, it looks like you're erasing. So you're spraying the black on the white and erasing away. But I can see you've got some really good control where you free-handed a lot of this hair. You've masked here and there or erased really hard. It looks like you've masked the edge here. There was, when I zoomed in on the photo, you can't see it now, but there was some early steps. You had a really hard mask line on the lips, but you'd managed to soften them. So I can see you free-handed over the top, and that's sort of where we're going to go with this. What we're going to do, we're going to introduce a middle grey. This is white. So we're going to spray light over dark, and people don't like doing that because we get the blue shift. I'm actually really interested to see, considering this is a printed and not airbrush ink, how blue it goes. It should still the same principle. Light over dark will turn it blue. But the way to get rid of the blue is, which I'll show you, is to put the darker colors on top. So we want to introduce a middle grey that'll help with lightening this and flatten contrast, etc. So we're going to go lighter. We're going to start with the white, and even we could do most of this with the white, and then the grey, and then the black, and then if we do that right, then the blue shift will be gone. So like I said, we're going to concentrate around the cheek and under the eye mainly. I'm going to stay nice and high. I don't want to sort of push it to your limits. Like I said, you've got some good freehand abilities, but I don't want to go in and do like a 0.5 millimetre off the page line that you can't do yet. I'm going to need the glasses on here. So first step is we're going to, with the white, we are going to lightly fog over the face area, being really careful to not wipe out the good stuff that we want to keep. So nice and high, keep it even over the cheek mainly. Obviously that's where it is. We're going to, and the neck looks a little bit dark in there also. Now the white is super opaque, so you can quickly wipe it out, so we've got to be careful. This is brilliant. This little section around the nose here, the subtle shapes you've got in there, fantastic, mate. Couldn't have done it any better myself. So I'm going to steer away from that. I'm just going to get in again. I'm nice and high, but I'm just, there's a little bit of a dip in that shape under her right eye, our left. So because we're up nice and high, we can just sort of get in there, get a little bit closer, sharpen the bottom. It just sort of almost disappears. And then it needs quite a bit under this eye. So again, I'm not putting much paint on it. You probably can't see it, but I don't know if you can see on there. It's very light. That's what I'm putting on there. It doesn't take much at all. And it actually hasn't blue shifted as much as I thought it would, to be honest. So be interesting to see if you do take on my advice and have a go at this, if you haven't thrown it out as yet, how much yours blue shifts. Okay, so I'm just very lightly going over the lips too. I can see a little bit of the little slight dots where you freehanded that top of that lip there. You don't wipe it out, you just want to put a start on it, and you just want to fog, you want to clearly see it all. So my eyes already, that's already looking much better, just even that slight bit. I actually thought I was going to have to do more than that. A little bit between the eye and the eyebrow. The overspray is going to go on the parts that you want to keep. There's no avoiding that, and we're going to go, that's part of the process of going back in the black. So don't worry, but it's just, you're looking at the big soft areas right at this stage. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to introduce the middle grey. So it's important we get it a little bit lighter and all of that. So I actually as I say, as I do it, I'm like a 2% fog over pretty much all of it now. So it's all even. I'm not going to get any patchiness of different colours. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. We're going to now switch to the grey in my 2-second changeover colour. Done. So anyone that says you don't like siphons, they're no good. Do that with a normal one. Okay, so the grey, I measured out 4 parts white to 1 part black for this grey, and then it was too dark, so it was more than that. So it's probably almost 1 part to 8. One part black to 8 parts white, but it's not really important what it is. It's just a middle sort of grey, similar to this one here, I guess. Honestly, it's even darker. Actually, if anything, probably should have made it lighter. It's still too dark, but we'll go with it now. Okay, so I'm liking here, there's no real blue shift where the white of your painting was and the white there, but it is overall a little bit lighter than our reference, which is handy because we can just slightly go over it with the grey. Okay, so now we are receding. We're starting to put in these shapes, but with the grey of the cheek. Okay, now I can't really see how that goes. You can see a hint of the chin line, so it's darker underneath just there, and then there it sort of disappears. So yours is almost opposite. You've actually got the lighter colour underneath. So I'm going to get in there, and this is where you might want to mask it. I'm just going to use the grey and create that sharp line. This is going to be black later, so not that worried yet. I'm pretty much doing the black at 100%. What's going to be black, I'm doing that 100% with the grey first. Okay, now here's a good example. So I don't know if the camera picks it up. I'll see if I zoom in on it. I'm not sure if you can see that sort of dark patch there. So that was where I didn't quite have enough white first go, and then I've gone and put this in. So that's got to be lighter. So I'm going to quickly switch back to the white and just tidy that up while I'm on the job. Rinse. And white. I'm going to keep harping on that. I just love siphoning airbrushes. Okay. So again, I'm back to how I was before, nice and high. And just going to fog over that area. Blow it dry a bit. This is a printer paper. Oh, it was like a little bit better than the standard printer paper. 200 GSM versus I think it's like 80 is the standard sort of copy paper. So it's going to take a little bit more, but it's not as good as you're on a board. I think from memory, you're painting on a board, so you can do this infinite amount of times. Okay, so now I'm going to switch back to the grey. Don't even need to rinse it really. Excuse me. Okay. Just create that line again. Like I said, you might want to mask it. I'm not sure. Your airbrush control or a shield, probably ideally. Just so you hold it a free, like a loose shield, just to get that edge. And lightly over top of that white. No blue shift in there at all. Okay, but I can clearly see where the black's got to go. In fact, I can do a lot of the black with the grey and go back over it with the black the second time round. Okay, which is what we'll do in here. There's a lot of black in the corner here under the hair. We'll just do that 100% with the grey to start with. I guess I really just want you to open up your eyes so you'll be able to do this and let you play with this yourself. I don't want the demo to go too long. Okay, and I'm just going to work on that soft fade into the cheek and dust across. When I said that yours was a little bit lighter than the reference, dust across there. I don't even really need to touch around your eye, and that's all pretty good. If I get too keen, go in there and make a little line. Across the forehead. And this part, which was the major part, it's gone. I'm just going to put a real light dust over it just to make sure that there's no blue shift sort of showing through. Like I said, I love that part of the nose. You absolutely nailed that. Slight bit across your cheek. cheeks round, right? So yours looked a little bit flat. So if you just keep that roundness, so I'm just really subtle, nice and high, and just let that gradation go over. Okay. Now we're going to go into the black, and that'll be it. With the black, I'm going to do the hair. Actually, I'll do the hair a bit higher first with the charcoal, or the, no, it's not charcoal, mid-grey, just to help us assess where it is. Okay, that'll do for that. Now we'll switch to the black. I'm going to rinse it out. The black's the illustration, the Createx illustration black, and I've got it quite thin for 4021 reducer. So I want to just clear out a lot of the real opaque white and grey. Backwash there. Yeah, so it's very thin. It might actually be too thin, I'm not sure. Okay, so again, we're just going to, under the cheek here, starting off nice and high. I'm going to avoid the real tight ones at the start. 5 centimeters I am at this point, just lightly just working the airbrush. And much higher, just to get that fade. It's interesting, a lot of people do those sort of fades. You would stand this way and then let the fade go in. I'd rather go higher and point in. I've got control of where that overspray goes, so I'm always pointing into the shadow and just go higher to get that soft edge. Not sure if everyone does that or not, if anyone's even thought that way, but that's what I do. As I do the opposite down the neck. Bit of a triangle sort of shape there. Now I've got full confidence you can do this, man. When you've nailed that nose area, you can do these little subtle shapes that I'm doing on the neck here. And just lightly over the top. Now, round the top of where the eyelashes are, and that little part above the eye that's got a lot of grey and white on it now. So I'm just gonna, again, just you don't need to go in and do the sharpness. A bit like how you've done the lips and you've freehanded over the top and you've softened what was a sharp edge. Now we're just gonna lightly go over, and you don't need to create that sharp edge again. It just wipes off that slight fog of grey and white. Okay, so then I'm going to do the hair there. Again, quite high, just to get the overspray off that the eyebrow. Quite high. Again, be very careful. I'm not going to touch the underneath the eye part. I'm just going to do the edge. Hope you can't hear those dogs. That's my naughty little puppy. Okay, so much like I said that there's the roundness. That's what I've just created there. I am going to go in and just darken the eye. So however you did the eye originally, you might have to go in, whether you mastered or shield or whatever. I'm just freehanding it while I'm on the job. Okay. The lips hardly got any overspray on it, but I'm just going to lightly go over those. I think it's looking much better, mate. I hope you're liking it. Again, I think you mask this edge off here. I'm just going to freehand it. the edge of the face. But I didn't even need to see. I didn't need to go really as sharp as that was. It should have been almost point blank. But because it's still there, I've only lightly painted. I didn't need to go that low. I just needed to spray lightly, and I had to go in closer, but not as close as you originally would have had to. Same goes on the head there. The shadow's quite strong. Shadow and the edge of the hair here. It's very important. Whoops. Then I'll make a mistake. Right, well, that's good. That's a bonus one. Now we've got how to fix a mistake where I've gone with the hair to the chin. And really, it's no different than what I just actually did to the painting. So I'm not going to hook into the hair too much. I'll do the top here because I said that was not quite right. Just need to make that a little bit higher. Yeah, I'll say, my saying is freedom to freehand, and that's why, because I looked at where you were at when you were giving up. It's like you don't need to. It's just a part of the process. That's the way I look at it. It's just a step. Okay, now we're getting carried away. All right, I'm not going to do the hair. Then I do the hair. I've got to do the edge here because it's got a bit of overspray on it. And here needs a lot lighter. I'd go in with the grey and do some lines through there. So I'll ignore that. I'll just do some basic light and darks. Same in here. There's a bit of that. There's a little bit of a light to dark in that strand there. And obviously there's some. I've got to sort this out around her ear and the cheek. Under the chin. Okay, so yeah, again, I can see some more strands of hair in there first, and then you do what I'm doing here with the shadows. Okay, done there. I'm really liking this, mate. I hope you are too. All right, now I'll just fix this chin again. So hoping that you can see the process. You will just keep cycling through that white, grey, black. Back to white. Okay. We're going to, again, like the first time around, I'm just going to be nice and high and light. You're tempted to, when you see an error like that, just to go boom, straight in and wipe it out. Then you get this white blob that you can't get rid of. You actually make another mistake. So just start working very lightly over it. I'm not going to wipe it out. I can see it. That's enough. I can see their mistake, and I'll go with the grey now, because again, we don't want to make a black mistake and then turn it into a white mistake. So it's in the middle, and also means you don't lose your lines. I can clearly see where the lines are meant to go, and I can see the mistake. So again, nice and light. It's just there. I can just see it, and I've got the black to go. Alright, now we'll make sure I don't do that same mistake again with the black. Okay, lightly over there. It's like it's fixed, man. It's done. I think I slightly missed Just the line there, but there you go, one round through actually got it. So just want to make this a nice black shadow there. You know, it's not quite there yet, but we're getting there. I seriously can't see it, but if I saw it, I thought I would still be able to see that mistake. And what you do then is you would just go through white, grey and black. Just do exactly what I just did one more time and it'd be impossible, but first go, it's gone. All right, so I'm going to leave that with right there. I hope this has been helpful for you, especially Darren. Please, if you have a go at this, you still got this, you haven't thrown out. I don't know, it's been like a month since I contacted you. Email me the photos. I want to see them. I'll help you. I'll talk you through some more if you want. But you know, I hope I open your eyes up to adding the grey into it, reworking white, grey, black. You'll be able to fix anything once you get confident and do it. Anyone else? I like the idea of this series. So if you are stuck on an artwork and you don't know how to fix it, or you're going to give up like Darren had and you want to throw it away, email me, Damien@precisionairbrushschool.com. Email it to me, and then I'm going to pick someone else. I'm definitely going to do this again. I'll make my own up if no one emails. But yeah, I'd love to help you out. So yeah, if you're finished and you just want some assessment, I'm happy to do that too. If you've done a really great job and you've got one little blob somewhere, I could show you that in 2 seconds flat to fix that. Or if you're like Darren and you're really sort of lost on what to do, email them through. I would love to. This will be so much fun for me and hopefully very helpful for everyone else. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, subscribe. Remember, get my free guide in the link in the description. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.